We begin today's wrestling news and rumors video with some unfortunate or sad news regarding the current WWE champion Big E. While many wrestling fans were extremely happy to see Big E finally get the recognition he deserves when Big E had won the WWE Championship from Bobby Lashley after successfully cashing in his Money in the Bank contract on Lashley back in September of 2021, unfortunately it looks as though Big E's major push could soon be coming to an abrupt end, hence the new sad news when it comes to Big E Langston. Now, according to a new backstage rumor, while Vince McMahon is and has always been a supporter of Big E behind the scenes in WWE, the main reason why Vince simply refused to give Big E that major world title push prior to this year was because Vince felt like Big E just could not be a credible or believable world champion, and that Big E's a bit too goofy to pull off that serious champion role. However, because Vince was such a big supporter of Langston and has been wanting to reward Big E for all of his hard work and dedication to the company, McMahon decided to give Big E a chance in the main event title scene, hence why Big E won the WWE Championship back in September of 2021. However, unfortunately, Vince has reportedly not been very impressed with Big E's performance as the reigning WWE Champion on the Raw brand, with McMahon apparently attributing the very low ratings and viewership over the past few months on Raw to Big E as the brand's flagship champion, and that Vince feels Big E simply has not clicked as the WWE champion for a couple of reasons, with one of the main ones being that Big E is still a bit too goofy of a character to really be a convincing world champion, and while Vince felt like perhaps having Big E take on a more serious character or disposition would help get Big E over as the WWE champion, Big E apparently does not want to have a more serious character, and likes his current fun-loving, silly persona that has ties to the New Day faction, which is something that Vince feels just is not working with Big E as the WWE champion. Although WWE officials do feel Big E has a lot of charisma, apparently higher-ups within WWE have not been overly impressed with Big E's promo work lately either, adding to the sentiment behind the scenes that Big E is not doing very well as the main champion over on Monday Night Raw. According to one of our sources, the consensus behind the scenes in WWE is that while that moment itself of Big E winning that WWE Championship and having that special career-defining moment was considered a good thing by most within the company, the actual title reign of Big E is sadly looked upon as a flop in Vince McMahon's eyes. And the sad news going around right now regarding Big E is that Vince could very well be planning for Big E to drop and lose the WWE Championship very soon, in an effort to try and turn things around when it comes to the ratings for Raw, with Vince feeling like Big E just is not a drawing world champion for the company and is not appealing to the audience like he felt Big E would. Hence the new rumors that Big E could be losing his WWE Championship very soon, potentially even at the upcoming Day 1 pay-per-view event in early January 2022, when Big E will be defending his WWE title against Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins in a triple threat match, which does provide WWE an opportunity to get that title off of Big E. Apparently, Vince still does have a great appreciation for Big E and feels he is very talented, but that he is better suited either in the mid-card title scene or in the New Day faction, and that he simply is not convincing enough as the WWE champion, at least with a character that Big E is firmly wanted to continue having. Regardless, if the rumors and new reports are true and WWE are planning for Big E to lose the WWE title soon, at least Big E has now won a WWE World Championship during his career, because whether or not it has been seen as a successful title reign by Vince and other backstage officials or not, it still is a huge accomplishment for Big E that cannot be taken away. Now, with all this being said, let us know your thoughts on the sentiment within WWE that Big E is not cutting it as the WWE champion, and that Langston could very well be losing the championship soon. Do you feel like Big E has done well as the WWE champion, or do you agree with Vince McMahon and other executives that Big E has overall been a flop as the world champion on Raw? Or do you think that not enough time has passed to really make a judgment yet, and that perhaps all Big E needs is a bit of a character tweak and a heel turn to be a more serious champion, which may be received better overall? Let us know down in the comment section below. Last night's edition of Monday Night Raw saw the highly anticipated return of the rated R superstar Edge, and going into Raw last night, there was a lot of uncertainty from fans regarding the direction for Edge following his return to WWE, and who the company would have Edge feud against following his rivalry against Seth Rollins. Well, these questions were answered last night on Raw, with WWE firmly setting the stage for an upcoming feud between Edge and The Miz, who also returned alongside Maurice. Now, some fans have voiced their opinions regarding this decision to have Edge return for a feud against The Miz, with many feeling like this is not the most exciting option for Edge's return storyline, and that someone like AJ Styles would have been a better option for Edge, whereas others claim that this rivalry between The Miz and Edge is going to be great as a short-term feud, and that Edge could move on to someone like AJ Styles for WrestleMania 38 next year, and that in the meantime, Edge and The Miz will put on a great feud. And please do let us know your thoughts on WWE deciding to go with The Miz as Edge's next major feud in WWE as of last night's Raw episode. Is this an exciting storyline in your opinion, or was this an underwhelming choice to be Edge's next rival? Let us know. With all of the recent rumors going around regarding Roman Reigns sadly leaving WWE in the near future to join Hollywood and retire from wrestling, a lot of fans are firstly wondering when Roman Reigns' retirement from WWE will be happening, and what the future of WWE would look like without Roman Reigns on the full-time roster. Like we had mentioned before, even when Roman Reigns leaves WWE for Hollywood and essentially retires, there is a good chance that Roman would come back to WWE every now and then, much like John Cena for a big special feud, although Roman Reigns would be gone more than he's around, leading to continuous breaks from the ring and seemingly being retired for the most part. Now, according to a breaking new behind-the-scenes rumor, Roman Reigns had signed a 3-year contract extension with WWE back in mid-August 2019, which means that Roman is under contract with WWE until August 2022, which is just next year. And one of our sources has mentioned that one major reason why Roman Reigns has recently been talking about retirement and leaving for Hollywood is because he could very well be retiring from WWE next summer when his current contract expires, with Roman Reigns then going to Hollywood and then working with WWE on a per-appearance basis like John Cena is right now. Roman Reigns reportedly wants to finish off his historic Universal title reign next year, and then after he loses the title either at WrestleMania 38 or at the latest SummerSlam 2022, Roman feels like he will have done everything he needed to do in WWE, including putting over the next star to carry the SmackDown brand as Universal Champion, and that Roman Reigns would then be leaving WWE after losing the Universal title to set out for Hollywood. By all means, Roman Reigns' impending retirement has caused a lot of stress for Vince McMahon, and that is apparently why Vince has been putting so much focus on Austin Theory recently, with McMahon feeling like Austin Theory could become the next face of WWE once Roman retires, so Vince is already starting to visualize a WWE without Roman Reigns on the full-time roster, hence why he's getting so busy right now building up some new stars like Austin Theory.